Despite what some people think, small gardens are more difficult to design than big ones because there isn't enough room to have everything you want. So what people do is fall into the trap of cluttering them with too much stuff, which makes them look even smaller. So here are 3 design ideas to make small gardens appear larger. The first is to ditch the lawn. Yes, I know, but just hear me out. Now, have you ever asked yourself why you have a lawn? We don't, do we? If you have a garden, you have a lawn. The end. I can understand having one if you have young children or pets, but visually, a lawn dictates how big the garden looks. So the minute it's removed, small gardens appear so much bigger. Think about it. Without a lawn, you're no longer forced to put all your plants around the edges, which is what everybody does, isn't it? And some people worry that a garden without a lawn will look grey or hard or unwelcoming, but is that how these gardens look? Look how interesting a small garden can look when you don't have a lawn taking up most of the space. Fixing a lovely old door to your boundary with maybe a pair of pots either side of it creates the illusion that you've got access to the space the other side. And have you noticed how hardly any of these gardens have fences? Because a fence says the garden stops here. So if you've got fences, try and conceal them with climbers or a bit of planting. But if the other side of your garden is some boring old sheds, or in this case a tent, you need to make sure there's plenty of interest and beauty inside your garden. So plenty of beauty, plenty of colour, because it keeps the eye rooted in what's going on and stops it looking over the fence. In small gardens, lots of small pots can look cluttered and use up valuable footprint, whereas a big pot uses up the same footprint but has a much bigger impact. Big pots are also easier to look after. A small pot on a hot summer's day like today dries out fast. A big pot doesn't. Plus, you'll have the root room to try growing a few feature plants. Populations are getting bigger. Gardens are getting smaller, which means the design of them needs to work so much harder these days. So if you have a small garden and would like to make it look a bit more exciting, first ask yourself, do you need a lawn? Then add a few optical illusions and then throw in a few big pots.
If you find our videos helpful, click the like, subscribe and notification buttons below to help us reach more people with free expert advice.